Hello everyone, my name is Ria and today in this video I'll be explaining a menu-driven application program which will help the companies to maintain the employee details. Now first of all let us see this class, that is emp1. Now here I've declared some of the instance variables, for example emp name, emp id, emp department, emp designation, emp experience. I've also used setter and getter methods which will help us to set the values while editing the details of the employees. Now here I've used a function called getDataN. Now using the scanner class we'll be getting input from the user, that is the user will be able to enter emp name, emp id, department name, designation and experience. Then for editing we have declared another function, that is public void edit details, and we are passing two parameters n and id. Now in the main method the user will be asked to enter the id emp id of the employee whose details the user wants to edit. So suppose if that id matches with any of the ids, then the user will again be asked which of the parameters the user wants to edit, and for that I have used a menu driven format. And if the user wants to edit the emp id, so the user has to enter 1 and the user will be able to edit the emp id. If the user wants to edit the name, so the user has to enter 2 and the user will be able to edit the emp name. Similarly for the other details. And for delete I have declared another function, that is public void delete, and again I am passing two parameters, that is n is the number of employees and id 1. And again the user will be asked in the this will be in the main method. Now again the user will be asked to enter the id whose details the user wants to delete. Now suppose that id becomes equal to the emp id, then the details of that employee will be set to 0 or null. For int values it will be set to 0, I'm setting it to 0, and for the string values I'm setting it to null. And finally for the display function, if the emp id, emp name, emp department, emp designation and experience, if these are not equal to null or 0, then I'll be displaying the details of the employees. Now in the main method I've used a menu driven program, and for creating the object, if we only give this path, then the objects won't be created because it acts as a reference. It will only be created if we separately use a while loop which will run till the total size of the object, and every time the count will be incremented by 1. And if the user will be asked whether to add, edit or delete or display. Now if the user enters 1, the user will be able to enter the number of employees, and suppose if the user is entering 2, so it will be able to get the data of the 2 employees. And similarly for edit, again the user has to enter the employee id, and if it is matching with the employee id of the employee, then the user will be able to edit the details, and similarly for the other functions. Now let us see how this program runs. Now if I want to add, so enter the number of employees 2, and suppose if I'm entering name, id, department name, CSC, designation, experience 5 years, and again department name like designation manager, experience 6 years. So if I want to continue, I'll press 1 and let us see. Let us display all the details. Yeah, so it is displaying all the details. Now if I want to edit my details, so I have to enter the employee ID. Suppose if I want to edit Tanya's details, so I'll enter her employee ID 4363. So if I want to change the department, that is, so enter the new department name, for example CSE. Now the department has been successfully updated. So let's see whether it has been updated or not. Yes, it has been updated. From MEC it got changed to CSE. Now let us delete any of the column. Suppose if I'm entering 4363, so the details of the employee with ID has been successfully deleted. Now let us see whether it has been deleted or not. Yeah, so only the first details that we had entered initially is visible because we have deleted the second row elements. Now this is how my program runs. Thank you.